Hello and welcome back to our webinar, The Creative Design Process of Commercial Craft. Today is our day 2 and we are going through these do-it-yourself packages, how we are designing and making them in Taito Keski-Pohjanmaa Association. My name is Marika Saarela. I'm a handicraft teacher from Taito Keski-Pohjanmaa.
And my name is Elisa Saukko.
Little technical problems with my PowerPoint. Trying to change my slide. Let's try again. Maybe it will work better now. Yes. So the program of today, we are going through these do-it-yourself packages, the design process, how we make instructions, the packaging, and the whole productization of the DIY package. And it will be about 45 minutes, and then we'll have a short break, and we are going to have a craft demonstration, step-by-step preparation of this Pare mood light from our background, and according to the instructions in the do-it-yourself kit. And end of these demonstration and lectures, you can ask us questions. There's this chat box and questions and answers. So there's Rita Kovac from Lieska Leader helping us, and she's going to ask your questions from us. So you can write them down when something comes to your mind. And end of the day, Rita will have a short summary of this webinar. And yes, now PowerPoint works. First, a little bit about our Taito Keski-Pohjanmaa Association. It's a craft association founded in 1969. It's a part of a nationwide Taito organization, and its purpose is to further develop Central Ostrobotnian craft culture as a skill and a trade. The basis of the association is in local Finnish culture and crafts traditions, with emphasis on sustainable and time-resisting design. The goal of our activity is raising the appreciation of crafts, keeping up and developing craft skills, as well as developing new high-grade and distinctive crafts products and industry. There are 10 to 14 employees working each year as craft teachers and advisors. And our courses reach 10 to 13,000 customers yearly. Taito Craft School has 200 to 300 students, both children and adults. Our shop and stalls at yearly craft fairs and festivals, and it's visited roughly 70,000 people. And Taito Keski-Pohjanmaa Association's key services are craft courses and workshops, and the basic education in art craft school. The distribution of crafts, materials and products. We have a mobile craft advisors in the design bus, and Taito business shows, exhibitions and cultural tourism services also. So we have a lot of going on, lots of different courses and workshops. And we have this hashtag and saying that happiness lives in handicraft. and it surely does. And we would like to welcome you to enjoy the world of crafts.
Do-it-yourself packages, productization. By productization or branding we mean naming of product, pricing, packaging, labeling, distribution and selling. In productization of do-it-yourself kit, we want to make the making of our product as easy and comfortable as possible for the customer to embrace and succeed. We want to make sure that the customer knows what the package includes and the customer succeed in the craft project. When we combine the materials and instructions, it's easy and affordable for the customer to start the craft project. By selling these kits in different shops and online with good store display, it's also easy to purchase. Do-it-yourself packages includes craft design model with materials, possible special equipments and good instructions for anyone to make the craft project themselves. There are different levels of difficulty, but mostly anyone can do them. Good pictures of the model are important together with the written instructions and pictures or videos of the steps and making. The materials in the kits are measured to minimize losses. There can be also special equipments in the kit or they can be borrowed. Do-it-yourself kits can be used on our courses when we can provide the example special needles or other equipments to borrow or use during the course. For example, we used these kits on our arts and crafts education school during the pandemic, so the students were able to complete their studies remotely. We have this key holder package. It was easy to pack to children's to home.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Sold in store, at courses, in an online store, in other associations or as a custom order, like Lankava, a yarn manufactured ordered tablecloth model Sävy, or Syöpäsäätiö, a cancer foundation ordered for the campaign against women cancer, Roosa Nauha, pink ribbon product Rasavilli, for women to knit pretty pink wool socks and mittens. Knitting is very popular in Finland. Here, for example, the mittens, and these are soft and beautiful.
Yeah, and the pink color,
yes,
it's the popular one, and it's also the main color in the campaign.
Yes.
Rosa is a pink color.
We have a collection team that together process these do-it-yourself packages, designer, team of different craft skills, graphic designer, merchant and course teachers.
And then a little bit about the design process when we make these do-it-yourself kits. We have the collection team and they come up with the ideas. As Elisa told, there's a graphic designer and teachers and a merchant. And there have to be a lot of ideas and we pick the best ones and the rest is left in the idea bank. We have lots of ideas that we don't necessarily use at the moment, but it's good to have them in storage somewhere. And then craft makers with the best skills and enthusiasm for certain technique or idea, they start to draft models and do the research. However, we don't want to plagiarize, but we want to stand out from others with our own design style and stages of making the handicraft work. The model can also be ordered from a professional or artist, such as this Rasavilli we told about. Mia Sumel, craft maker from Kokkola, designed this model. And in this case, copyright is agreed upon. However, the collection team has the responsibility for product development. So we are making the DIY kit here in Taito Keski-Pohjanmaa. And also this Rasavilli model is sold around Finland in all the Taito shops. There are many Taito shops and online shops, so this is a nationwide product. We don't only sell it on our shops. And this was a year 2017 or 18. And it's still really popular. When the Red Ribbon campaign starts, it comes up again, and it's really popular model, this Rasavilli. It means rascal in English. And so the ideas for these models come lots of different places. We might start from material. We might have something in store, lots of certain material, and we want to think how could we use this. Or there might be some technique that it's really coming. We think that it will be popular soon and people want to learn it. Or in Taito Association, there's certain technique that together is chosen to focus on certain year. We go to different fairs and get inspired from there. And internet, of course, and social media. There's lots of different groups and ideas. And also magazines and books. Books are important. And of course, nature and museum, culture, music, movies, and even games. We have this design of embroidery, and the picture ideas comes from the game world, like Super Mario Bros. Or these retro images. And so whatever inspires us. Or sometimes the idea might come from a customer even. We hear it, somebody ask us some idea. And then we take into account what people are interested now and what will the future courses will be offering. So we also design models for our courses that we will teach later on next year or this year. So the target group and customer segments are taken into account, and even whether new customer segments would be created. For example, sewing hasn't been a lot of in our association, but we are thinking that people are getting more and more interested on sewing themselves at home. So we want to be a part of that, and we are starting to get ideas about these sewing kits. And even there's a sewing school starting next fall on here in Kalajoki, and that is really lots of people want to come there. So we think these new customer segments also. And this design process, the more we do these experiments and different variations in certain technique and model, the better. In this way, we handle the technique even better and we know how to be more economical when making the sales packages. When we make different samples, we can see that what's the best way to use the materials, yarns and fabrics and so on. And compromises will also be made to bring all aspects of productization together. Did we have some sample thought? I know, well, doesn't come to my mind. So next, the collection team discusses together what is the best variation to pursue and whether a possible product family could be created. Like this Pare moodlight that we have here. We had this light, and it was really popular last autumn, and people wanted to come to courses. It's popular during the autumn and winter because it's dark here in Finland, and we want to create this warm, cozy light to our homes and different places. So we wanted to design another model, basically the same technique, but the new design. So this light basket is the new product that came along with the site. So, and maybe in future even more, this technique will be combined with the lights. And so that sets the whole product family. And we make these sample pieces and maybe others, and we evaluate the models with the collection team, and we further develop if needed. Yeah, like in this Pare lighting. And at the same time, when we make these samples, we start writing the instructions and observations down. So when we start to make the final instructions, we have these different stages of doing listed and observations that needs to be considered. And the final model is created only when the instructions have been tested with the test group or a collection team or a customer, because the product itself is the instruction and the material together, not the ready product. It's made by the customer. So we want to be sure that the instruction is clear and it's doable, and there's not that customers, sometimes when somebody tries to do that with no earlier experience on that technique or material or design, they can point out good observations to us, so we can add them or change them in the instruction. So it's still, that is important part of the design process, also the customer feedback. Yeah.
Yes.
Then instructions.
Do-it-yourself packages instructions. When making instructions, we want everyone to be able to do the craft. We also want to minimize the need of further counseling, for example, telephone or email counseling. When making sample pieces, we write notes up. For example, the amount of material, or which material is good or not suitable, which point requests special care or requests change. Good tricks with the work steps are also written down. When making sample pieces, we also photograph the work steps and film or help video if needed. We write the instructions, what it contains and what you need in addition. Materials, equipments, work steps, measures of the finished craft work, and maintains instructions. We divide the work steps to part and write it step by step. Images are processed and text are formatted with image edition and layout software. We note down clear and comprehensible language, concise text, accurate pictures of the essential work steps. Pictures tell more than long sentences. We test the instructions with the collection team, accept suggestions of corrections and good comments. The instructions can be further improved based on course testing or customer feedback. For example, riippuistuin, hanging seat, needed better instructions and pictures for hanging on the ceiling.
And then a little bit about the packaging. We have these packages also here on the table, but when we are making the specimens, we mark up the amount of materials that are used. And when we make the packages, we use those weights and measures and put on a little extra in case customer cuts the wrong measurements or something goes a bit wrong. So there's always has to be that little extra available. And we decide the color options of the models and order the materials by focusing only on those colors. Or we use the material we already have in stock. Usually we have 1 to 3 different color variation of the design. But we have these macrame packages, and it's really popular at the moment in Finland. And this we have lots of different colors because it's easy to pack. There's 2 instructions in the kit and this big roll of yarn. So you can make 2 big ones or even 4 small ones. Macrames from this. All you need to do is collect sticks from the woods.
Yes.
We have lots of them. So a few colors might be, a few different colors might be possible. And then preparation for the craft work have been made, for example, in embroidery work. The picture has been drawn like this rose embroidery. As you can see, there's these red dots. That's the picture with the color, so you can know where to put your different color stitches. And the patterns are ready in the sewing kit, and the wooden sticks have been sewn and painted for the macrame work, for example. So we prepare different steps already, so it's easy to make the craft work. The materials are packed tightly and nicely so that it's easy to display in a store or a trade show, and it's also easy for the customer to start making the craft. Like here in this Easter egg needle felting package, there's this needle so that it won't break, and fabrics and the wools are nicely packed there. And the instruction is this, is folded.
And even a video.
Yeah, and we also have a video, this in YouTube or Instagram. Yeah. And also in these packages are the essential equipments. Everybody has scissors and maybe tape and glue, but if there's a special needle, like in this case, it's also included in the package. And then we edit and fold the instructions in a unified style, and we put the title, logos, and brand communication are taken into account. As you can see, there's always our label somewhere to be seen. It's a part of that it's our product. And the packaging materials are uniform and ecological in all packaging. We consider the dimensions of the package carefully. For example, we have an online shop, and the dimensions of the package are determined according to the pricing of the postal packages in Finland in order to optimize the shipping costs. There might be some limitation that it's more affordable to send it to someone. So we take that all in when we put the packages together. And throughout the process, we make sure that the desired price and quality ratio is achieved.
And sometimes customer want to different colors.
Yeah.
And due to the friends, moms, cousins,
yeah,
for the gift.
Yeah. Yeah, it's when you do it for the first time, you might get so excited that you want to do even more and different colors. And also, like the product family, they might want to do another model of the same technique. So it often, when you get the feeling that you did it yourself, it's so nice feeling that you want to do it more and you want to give it to your friends and family also, and you are starting to do it together. And that's our goal.
Yes.
Yeah.
Doing is a fun.
Yeah.
Thing.
Yeah. Happiness lives in handicraft.
Yes.
Yeah. So if you have now questions, you can write them down, and Rita will ask them from us, and we can tell you if there's something that you would like to know more. We also have different packages for different times of the year. For example, we had this Easter egg that I showed you. We also have a lot of DIY kits for Christmas. It's really popular to make Christmas decorations. So these are all quite small, but we have even bigger ones. This was easy to bring here. So this felting technique or knitting, different instructions, and also knitting is popular in Finland. We have also this warmer. There's this hot water bottle inside, and you can knit the sweater to it yourself. This is a nice present for someone. I think in Ireland too, this would be nice to make.
I have a cat in my lap when I knit, so I won't need that one to warm me up.
Yeah.
This one. We don't get any more that baking molds.
Yeah, that was I was thinking that did we have this idea that we would show you when we are making the instructions, and we might do these compromises. So in this case, we did a compromise, but it was a good thing. We had this in red. It was a Christmas product, but then and there was this cookie molds used as a decoration, but we couldn't get them anymore. So we changed it was really popular. People wanted to do that more. So we changed the cookie molds to wooden pearls and changed the color, black and white. It's really wanted in Finland. And now it's sold around the year, and it's still really popular. So that was the example of the compromises.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. This pearl, it was wreath, and it's coming back in red for Christmas, and then we will have these heart-shaped cookie molds again. So, yeah. No questions. Okay.
Okay.
We told you everything about it. Yeah. So maybe then we'll have a short break, and we'll set up the gear for the demonstration. We are going to show you how to make this pare light, and 5 minutes, and I think we'll come back then.
Yeah.
So have a cup of coffee or tea, and we'll come back. And hello, welcome back to our webinar. We are now prepared for our demonstration, but first we heard that there was some questions from Ireland. It came to us a bit delayed, so we want to answer you for those questions before we start this demonstration. And there was a question about how we decide what designs to start to make and go further. We base our ideas for future courses that are coming. We might need models for those, so that's a one. And also, what is the Taito organization's techniques that are at the moment on the table and or are coming in the future? We might start to develop certain idea 6 months before or even a year before. Yes. It's there slowly processing. And also, if we have some material in stock, we might start to think that what could be made of this so that we can move it forward. And also from customer feedback. Yes. Yeah. Sometimes customers ask and we, that's a good idea. And if nobody else is offering something, so we might be the ones to do it. And yes, I think that's it. And then there was a question about pricing, how the prices are considered. Yeah, that we order the materials, and there's these material costs are a part of the customer price, and of course the designing and the whole process has to be also counted in the price. And if we have ordered the model from an artist or someone, so of course they will get paid, and that's a part of the price too. And also taxes, we have this 24% tax in Finland, so that's a big part. And also we have our own, we have to get the part 2, well, the part that comes to us, of course, also. For example, this pare, when it's the do-it-yourself kit, it's 39 euros. And there is all of that in that price. And we also sell these, there was a question that where we sell our packages. We sell them at our own Taito shop. We have one in Kokkola and Kalajoki and Sievi, where we have our craft school and workshops. We have our Taito shop there. And the participants in the courses can buy them, and other people too. We also have Taito shops around Finland. They might be selling our models also. And we have an online store, our own and nationwide. So there's 2 online stores that we are selling our DIY kits. Our own online store is based in Kokkola, and mostly the orders come from Finland, but it's also possible to order from European countries. That's, I think, the future that we are going to develop it in that point that also we can send abroad. And but this Taito shop, the nationwide Taito shop web shop, they are sending abroad. So that works also in Ireland and maybe our web shop too. Not sure, but if it doesn't work, we will make it work. If you want to order something. Our web shop address is Taito Keski-Pohjanmaa .fi, and there's English version, so you can choose there the online shop. And also Taito shop has one too. So, and this online shop is now especially a good thing because people have to have this distance. So now we have sent lots of these packages to home. People are staying at home and they want to have something to do. So these craft kits are really good for that. Yes. They can start something new, a new project, and learn something from it. Yeah, and even together with families. I think yes. I'm not sure if the web shop works there, but if it works, so of course, yeah. There might be some things that needs to take in.
Onko siinä tulli?
I don't think custom fees, of course, there's this Finnish taxes are included. Yeah. But if the paying part is working, so of course we send the packages. The sending costs are only in Finland at the moment, so we have this package pricing that is based on Finnish package delivery, so that might be a little bit different when we send abroad. But I think that we can send to Ireland too.
Another question: is there other languages for your packages for the guide than Finnish?
Yeah, there was a question that do we have another languages on our instructions than Finland? Well, at the moment we have only Finnish languages, but we were in Ireland last year before Christmas, yes. And we had these paper straw decorations, and for those we changed the English text. So that's possible. At the moment, we only have that one set product family made in English, but of course it's doable at the moment in Finnish.
Google Translate.
Yeah, Google Translator. We like to use that ourselves also. Yeah. But we have good pictures always in our instructions, and some models have even videos online somewhere, so that's a good help too. So I think that was the question part from our earlier presentation. So now we would start this demonstration of this Pare mood light. You can see behind us, and we have these paper instructions, and we are going to step by step go further with this, but because it's in Finnish, we are not going to show it. We are going to demonstrate rather, but the same things are put here on the paper too that comes with the package of the materials. First, a bit about the name of this product. Pare, the name means shingle. We have these shingle baskets in Finland, I think in Ireland too. And these are popular on markets, and when we go pick mushrooms and to forest berries and stuff. And the inspiration for this mood light came from this technique and the look of it. And it's made of paper yarn, so the material comes from wood also. So there's this 9 combining between same material but totally different form. Yes. And because it's thin and white paper, the light comes nicely through. So it's a really perfect material for lighting. Yes. And the design part of it, it's kind of like a design light that you can make yourself. So the pare means shingle. And then we can start, I think.
Yeah. The frame.
The frame. First, the package includes this 10 centimeter wide paper yarn, like this, and a wooden frame in parts. In this, we have already put this together. And then there's this light set for 80 LED lights, because it's you can use it both ways. You can hang it on the window if you like, not necessarily on the ceiling. And in addition, you will need glue and scissors, iron wire, pliers, ruler, and a staple gun. And first, when you put the frame, we have done it already. You can assemble the frame with a ruler and a staple gun and attach these from the corners with the staple gun. You can see there's a few staples in the corners. I'm not going to do it because it's a so big noise. Yes. And then you can attach the iron wire for the light set with the rivet gun to these vertical parts. I'm going to show you. The next stage, we have already put the wire in here and here. So there's the vertical frames and the horizontal frames. And then we can start to put in the lights. First, you want to check the lights that they really work. Sometimes they have, usually it works, but it's not nice when you have done all this work and you put the on and the light doesn't work. So it works. Good. We can start doing. And we have made a prepare because it's so long. You want to look that the wire comes evenly through the whole frame, and about 40 lights on the other side, 40 to the other. And you start to go around the wires. And you can be careful to not put too tight. There's about 5 lights in between, because if you put it really tightly, you can't. It will leave an empty space to the top and bottom. So not too tight. And we are going to put this around.
The customers think this is the hardest part of the...
Yeah, we've had a few courses because I told you this was really popular, and this was the hardest part we saw. The fun part is still to come. Yes. You would think that this is easy, but it's a bit tricky, not too tight. As you can see, I was going to put it too tight already. So a bit more loose. Yep. And one more round, I think. And the end of it, you can just wrap around itself a bit over there. And after we have put this on, we want to attach the wire to the horizontal frames. I'm not going to do it now because it's a big noise, but with the stapler gun you can carefully put the wire in the frame. Be careful so that you won't attach this light wire because it will break. So maybe 1, 2, 3,
Yes.
and 1, 2, 3 over there. So then it stays firmly when you start to weave, do the paper yarn, it stays on nicely. And next we are going to show you how to prepare for this, because this is a big part of the job too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
About 1.5 hour
Yeah.
job.
Yeah.
Is.
Yeah. Or maybe 2.
Yeah.
We are experts, so we are fast. But Elisa especially, she wants to use these power tools. It's a good help in handicraft work also, because we have to wrap this paper yarn open.
Yeah. Or the treat.
Yeah.
So.
But we might have a little help. Yeah. This machine helps us, so we don't have to use our hands so much. It helps us open this paper. Yeah. You need 18 to 20 strips of paper. So, and they are 105 centimeter long. Okay. And all of it has to be open. Yes. So when we have this course, when people signed up for the course, we told them to pick the material before. The course took about 4 hours with the coffee breaks to make this light. So it's good that these papers were ready opened before the course.
Yeah, and whole family can do this.
Yeah. Few customers told that their husbands were helping them with this opening, and children also, or somebody hadn't done themselves at all. They asked for someone else, daughter or someone to do it. Because she was doing the lighting for her daughter. Yes. So daughter helped at home, and she came to the course to make the light. But of course they could have made this together at home also. Yes. But we often have also this course where we showcase how it's done.
Yeah, and this is you can hear this edges. If you use your nails, it's better use the fingertips.
Yeah.
Here.
Yeah. Open the weft well. First open the thread in all the way, then gradually open wider and strengthen the edges. And first we open this. And then we are going to use iron to make it even more open, better. We iron the strips of paper and fold at the same time in 5 centimeter braids, because this is 10 centimeters wide and we need 5 centimeters. And it's a bit more durable when we iron it on two. And the iron is on two dots. Wool temperature, not too hot, because it might make this paper a bit brown. And no water. We don't need steam. No. It's a dry job. So, and after it's ironed, we fold it in half. So now it would be about 5 centimeters wide. Yeah. And after we have 18 to 20 of these ready, we can start to braid the light. But first we have to attach these paper strips to the frame. And we will look that this light set cord will come out of the corner nicely. We put the strip 9 of the paper strips on the table.
Fold.
Yeah, place the 9 double folded wefts in a row on the table and place the frame on top of them. Put the outermost one weft fold edge outwards, so it will look better when the lighting is ready, that this fold is on the edge, like in both ends. And so we put this on, and then we start, we would use little bit, move them like here. Be careful that they won't fall off the table. Yeah. And we start to glue them carefully onto the frame. First we cut them so that they are nicely cut the edge, that it will look good. It doesn't matter if they're a little bit different lengths, because in the end we will cut the other end also. And first we glue these 2 layers together, and after that we will glue it to the frame. And you can start the gluing from the edges, because you have to place these strips evenly so that it's not so that there won't be too big gaps between these strips, or that they won't go on top of each other. They might go a bit like 1 or 2 millimeters top of each other. It doesn't matter. But when we start to weave, there shouldn't be too much glue or anything in between the paper strips. So that's important. The gluing, you have to be careful that there's not too much of the glue. Yeah. And after this whole side is glued on, we can start gluing the other end. So we'll turn these all, after this is already glued on and dry, we turn these around. You don't have to glue it on this end. It will stay nicely on. And this can be really tight as you can get, because the the lights might feel that they come out there, but this paper it's a little bit flexible material, so as tight as you can get, it won't break. So then the same way we check that the light cord comes nicely from the corner, and we start to, first we mark with our nail this nice cutting edge, to the paper, and then we cut and glue this side all the way through. And carefully glue, not too much glue, because it might get difficult when we start to weave.
Yes.
So.
And it's not nice in our fingers and with this white paper.
Yeah. So we'll take this away.
No, ne onkin hyvät siinä.
And we have prepared the next stage a bit more. So you can see the light cord comes from the corner there. And here's all the vertical strips that were done in the earlier stage. And now we start to put the horizontal strips of the paper, and we start to braid horizontally, also 9 braids with the vertical wefts, first to the outer side of the work. Here Elisa will show you, under and over, under and over. And here this ruler is a good help. It's easier to put the paper when you have this.
Between the lights and this vertical
paper strips.
Papers.
Yeah, it might get a bit stuck on the lights when you put this, so be careful with that. But you can feel it, it doesn't come nicely if it gets stuck under the light. So there. And this always goes differently. If the first one is here on top, the next one goes under, and the next top and under. So it's like a plain weave.
Yeah.
And also, when making this, we want to be sure that the edges are the folded side on the edge. And as you can see, we have made the first and the last before. And it's easiest to put those first and then start to weave going through the middle, because it's more tight and there might be a little bit that glue on the edges. So it's easier to put them before. You just have to count which way it has to go. If you have 9 strips of paper, the first one goes over, under, over, under, over, under. So you have to count that before you start to weave. And also in the edges, you can make room for these paper strips with this ruler.
It's harder here.
Yeah, it's more tight.
Yeah.
The paper is tighter there. So first we do the other side all the way through. And you don't have to glue it, not yet. You can put all the strips, and after that you can glue it from the other side. Yeah, 2 more.
Is it right?
Yes, you can look that do you have this right side, because the other side is open, other side is this closed. So you might want to put all in the same direction, except this first and the last one. The outermost is the folded edge. Yeah, it goes nicely. And it's really light material. You don't have to use any manpower. Yeah. Yeah, and one more. Yeah. As you can see, there's a smaller cap, but when we put the last one in, we can fix these, because it's this flexible paper material. it will go a bit it will squeeze together.
That's good.
Yeah. And it doesn't mind because when you squeeze it evenly, that's why we don't glue them before it's all weaved here. So we can see what will the end come be. And this last one is easier to put when you have this this spatula or ruler helping you. And if this would be the last one, it would be much harder.
Yeah.
As you can see, it's tight, and here it's even tighter because there's the wood frame beneath it. And carefully put it through. And there's also good pictures in the instruction about this same. There's also how to cut and glue and put on the paper strips. All the key stages are in pictures. So there it went nicely. It looks good. There's not too big gaps anywhere. It's good. And after that, we can turn it around and put the other side the same way.
Yeah.
And we want to look that if it was here under, so here it comes over.
Yeah.
As you can see, the first one is already put there. Here I'm now putting this without the ruler, so it's not so easy.
No.
It might get stuck under the lights, but you can do it also this way. But it's
well.
easier with the ruler.
Yes.
Yeah. And there. The whole row on the same way. Now this was over, so I'm going to put this under.
Some lights coming out.
Yeah. They want to come there. So that's ready. Yeah, it's much easier.
Yeah.
And it's I don't have to be so. It's easier.
Good.
Yeah, and after we have done these all, then we there's the last edge. We cut them and glue them first together.
Yeah.
With the good
between the layers, and then here this one.
Glue there and cut the end, because if there's too much paper, it's not going to be as good looking. Yeah. And then these ones, we cut them and glue them together and glue them onto the frame. And it will look like exactly the same as this side, which has no glue on it. So you can see where the starting and ending parts are. And the lights come nicely through there.
Yeah.
So I think there was all of it.
Yeah.
And this is a nice craft work to put on the window.
Yes.
Or to the floor. You can put it on the shelf if you have these shelves on your wall, or even you can put it hanging on the ceiling, maybe one or two together. It makes this divider on the space. And also we have this product family now. We don't have the light basket, but it's the same shape as these shingle baskets, but without the handle. And it's made of this same paper material, and the lights go inside it. Yes. And they are nice together. This one on the floor, and basket on the table. And in Finland, this paper is a really popular material because we have lots of forest and wood. So we have this material. And white paper yarn is really nice because it's fresh, and you can combine it in so many ways. Yes. And together with these lights, it's really good because it reflects lights nicely. Yes. It comes through there and makes this nice warm light, like candles or fireplace. So,
and shadows.
Yeah, and shadows too, like in this weaving thing. So we don't put our wood in fireplaces, we put them on the wall with these paper yarn lights. Yes. Yeah, and the same warm light comes there. And the feeling.
I think it's the most popular light in Finland, the warm white light.
Yeah, yeah.
When we were in Ireland last Christmas time, they were so colorful. It's so different.
Yeah, yeah. There was lots of different color lights everywhere, and in Finland we only have this warm, warm white.
Everyone.
Yeah. But maybe it's because the winter time here is so dark. Yeah. So we want to. It brings to our mind the sunlight from the summer, when summer is now coming and it's bright all the time. So there's not at all dark. So maybe we want to remember that in the winter.
And with the snow, it looks good
too.
Yeah.
White snow. Yeah. And this is also I think this is on our online shop. Yeah. So if you are inspired and want to try to make this, maybe you can look it there on our Taito Keski-Pohjanmaa online shop.
Yeah.
And you can now make it because you saw the different stages, and everybody has this iron and scissors and rulers maybe
this
at home.
So greasy sometimes.
Yeah, you want to make that clean before you use it in white
and
paper.
Hands.
Yeah.
We wash hands always now.
Yeah. So if you have some questions about this demonstration, we can answer also. If there's something that came up to your mind and you would like us to show it again or something, so we can tell you more. Maybe we have to wait now a little bit because even this is a live event, it might come a bit late in different places.
This is a good present You can do it with the person who gets this.
Yeah, or you can do it together.
Yeah.
Or somebody who wants to do craft work might do themselves, or you might do it for them.
Yeah.
And this is a really, I think, affordable design light, 39 euros. It's not too bad from this really nicely made design light.
Yes.
So that's nice too, and you have done it yourself.
Yeah.
So, and if you don't want to keep it on the wall the whole year around, it's really light. It's easy to put on and store it somewhere if you don't want always to put it. So it's, you don't have to put these big nails, and
No.
it only needs a light fixing.
Some fishing line and poikaneula.
Pin, yeah, on the curtain that we hang it. So because the light itself is really light, only the core light, because there's 80 LED lights, so that's the only weight about what there is. And maybe if there isn't any questions.
We were good teachers.
Yeah. You now know how to make this. I hope it was inspiring, and also you can do a lots more with this paper yarn. But this is one way to use it. Maybe we will have a short summary. Rita Kovac from Rieska Leader can say something, but we want to thank you for your interest. This was a pleasure. It was nice to show you.
Yes.
I hope you are inspired, and maybe someday you can learn it yourself. So thank you, and welcome, Rita. You can come and say something.
Okay, hello everyone from my side as well. I'm Rita Kovac. I'm working for Rieska Leader and Keski-Piste Leader, the two Finnish leader groups who are funding this INNOCRAFT project in the Finnish part. And I was behind the chat box today, and yesterday I was in the audience. And I really hope you enjoyed these 2 days with us here. We are extremely sad that you cannot come. You couldn't come. Amid to this COVID-19 situation, unfortunately. Finally, it's getting into summer here. Last week it was snowing still, but like yesterday it was sunny and almost 20 degrees. Now it's a bit rainy, but still very warm. So it's just finally came, and Kalajoki is now in its best. So it would have been lovely to show you around here and have this workshop together and talk to each other in person. But we really, really hope that very soon we can actually meet in person again and work together. But otherwise, I really hope that this 2 days gave you some good ideas and good inspiration and will help you in your work, in your own creative work. And if you have any questions, you can always reach to us, to Marika, to Elisa, and ask more about these products and yesterday's lecturers as well. And we hope that very soon we will meet in person and can go forward with our ideas and cooperation. So thank you for attention. Thank you for participating in these 2 days, and hope to see you around.